Today, we'll talk about plastic pollution. But what is plastic pollution? Plastic pollution is the accumulation of synthetic plastic products in the Earth's environment, where they can cause complications and harms to humans' population and living spaces, as well as that of animals and wildlife. Plastic pollution can be seen in many ways, like plastic bottles and bags. These show up in every single part of the Earth, from heavily populated areas to the sea. Most pollution can end up in places when there are no human contact, for example, the Henderson Islands. Every year, there are 8 million tons of plastic deposited into the oceans from nations close by the coast. That's the same thing as putting 5 bags full of garbage in every single foot of the coastline around the whole world. It might be really hard to imagine, but a lot of these plastic products can take up to 400 years to break down. This is because a lot of many addictive places them to make them stronger and more durable. Most of the plastic trash in the oceans comes from trash left on land. A lot of trash is especially collected by rivers. As more and more is collected, it all ends up in the coastal regions. However, once the plastic is picked up by strong sea currents, it can end up anywhere in the whole world. The Henderson Islands are uninhabited islands isolated between Chile and New Zealand. Has been found with traces of plastic items from Russia, the United States, Europe, South America, Japan, and even China. The plastic supposedly came from land, but made its way through the sea currents. Once at sea, forces like wind, sunlight, and waves break down plastic. The plastic can send up as small as 1/5 of an inch. These small pieces of plastics are called microplastics. As small as they are, microplastics HD can break down further into smaller and smaller pieces, particles even smaller than microplastics. Plastics microfibers have been found in city drinking water and even in the air we breathe. Not all particles are easily degradable. A small portion of all plastics is considered biodegradable. Other plastics can only be fully broken down by industrial facilities after being separated from others, non-biodegradable plastics. As I mentioned before, plastics doesn't only affect animals and environments. It can also be very harmful to human health. PVA, a very toxic chemical found in plastic, is linked to obesity, cancer, endocrine problems in fish and children. Did you know that BPA, the highly toxic chemical found in plastic, is linked to obesity, cancer, endocrine problems, features in children? Plastics are classified by numbers. Do you know what means the numbers on plastic? Plastic number 1. Polyethylene plastic. Most of disposable drinks and food containers are made of number 1 plastic. This plastic is relatively safe, but it's important to keep it out of heat. Otherwise, the reaction could cause cancer. Plastic number 2. High-density polyethylene, or number 2 plastic, is mostly found in milk, jugs, detergent, juice bottles. It is considered relatively safe, with a low risk of leaching. It is picked by the most recycling programs. Plastic number 3. Polyvinyl chloride. Number 3 plastic is used to make food wraps, inflatable mattresses, and the common plumbing pipes. It is strong and resistant. PVC contains chemicals that can stunt hormone growth. This plastic is rarely accepted by recycling programs. Plastic number 4. Low-density polyethylene, LDPE. Number 4 plastic is used to make grocery bags, some food wraps, squeeze-out bottles, and bread bags. This plastic is considered to be relatively safe. Plastic number 5. This is propylene. Common items produced with it include yogurt cups, medicine, and ketchup bottles, witchware, and micro-safe plastic containers. Propylene is considered microwave safe because it is resistant to heat and therefore it won't get wrapped in the microwave. Plastic number 6. Polystyrene or straight form in which most disposable containers in Ford and made, are very common in packaging, such as packaging peanuts. Overwhelming evidence that it's a type of plastic that leaches toxic chemicals, especially when heated. It will be smart to avoid plastic 6. Plastic number 7. This category essentially means everything else and is composed of any new plastics, including bioplastics. It could also be composed by different types of plastics. The use of plastic as category is at own risk since you don't know what could be in it. Polycarbonate falls into the category, including the highly toxic BPA. Because today's society uses plastic for pretty much everything, it is very useful to remain the ones that are harmful and which are safe. Categories 2, 4, and 5 are the safest. Plastics 1, 3, 6, and 7 should be rarely used, especially around food, drinks, or heat. The City of El Paso Curbside Recycling Program offers residents an easy and convenient way to reduce waste and help our environment. Recyclings are collected once a week in a regular garbage collection day. Simply place your blue bin next to a gray bin on the day of your collection. Remember, the place of your blue and green in the proper direction.